Hey guys, welcome to our Comic-Con review. Alrighty, so for those of you who may not know or who've been living under a rock for the past week, Winnipeg, my hometown, has had its Comic-Con recently. In fact, as of this recording, it has just ended, like literally just ended. This is kind of a look back on what the con did really well, what it could have done to improve itself, and unfortunately I have a feeling this is going to be mostly negative, so yeah. Alrighty, let's get into it. So, with any convention, whether it's Comic-Con or Fan Expo or whatever, there are always certain things that make up a convention. One of them, which is going to be the more positive outlook that we're going to start off with, is, of course, the guests. Now, we had some really big guests this year. We had Avery Brooks, we had Darth Vader, which was pretty awesome. We also had Hellboy and Tron and various others. However, with that being said, I went and did some research, and it turns out now I'm not 100% sure if this is the entire world, but I do know for sure that we are the only Comic-Con in North America that did not get a Doctor Who guest. As someone who is a science fiction fan and someone who is from Winnipeg and who lives in Winnipeg, I'm very, very disappointed in this, especially because I myself and the president of the Winnipeg Doctor Who fan club gave the contact information, and I mean direct contact information, bypassing all of their handlers and agents, to people who had not only played the Doctor, but to actors who had played some of the Doctor's companions. And we had given this information to them a year in advance. What did they do with this information? They pretty much did nothing, at least from my standpoint. I went and contacted a few of these people, and all the people I contacted had said, no, I'm sorry, I haven't heard back from them. And that's all they told me. So, like, way to drop the ball. Instead, what we got, instead of it, no, John Marsters does not count. No, get that out of here. He's still an awesome guest. Doesn't count as a Doctor Who guest, though. Anyways, some of the things that just really annoyed me is that we got 3 Nobodies where we could have filled that spot with a Doctor Who guest. I've always believed in the motto, quality over quantity, and unfortunately it seems like C4 did not this year, which for those of you who don't understand that initial, that is the initial for the Winnipeg Comic-Con. Instead we got someone from Pirates of the Caribbean, which, you know, I'm sorry, when was the last time anyone gave a crap about Pirates of the Caribbean? Because I'd be willing to bet it was probably 2010 or 2011. We also had the fat guy who was the first one to get offed in Christine, that Stephen King book that had been turned into a movie. Now, if he had brought the car, because I did find out that this man does own the vehicle that they used to play Christine, that would have been really cool. Unfortunately, he did not bring that, so that kind of sucks. And then the last one was some anime voice actor. Now, I don't have anything against anime. In fact, I really enjoy anime. But, like, if you're going to get an anime voice actor, get somebody who's done something. I mean, really, guys, like, what the hell? And that's not to say, you know, again, we did have some really awesome guests, but I do feel that certain things could have been improved. Okay, I guess next we should probably move on to the dealers. So the dealers this year were really great. You can see some of the new additions if you look over here. We've got Golden Age, Alan Scott. There's a Dr. McCoy, which, yes, is a reissue, but still looks really awesome. It's kind of just like cutting off his head in the shot. I also managed to get my hands on both legs for the anti-monitor, so all I need is one more piece. And with that being said, yes, I got the other arm, so hopefully He will be standing up here probably next to Batman and Blaster. But yes, and I also got to meet Avery Brooks. This man is awesome. Which, going back into the guests, we did have some very good guests. You can also see a little Iron Man right there, and on the other side, unfortunately, is out of the shot, is a 12-inch Scotty action figure, which when I saw that, I flipped when I saw how much they were asking for it, because on eBay, the only ones I've seen are $50 or more, and I got it for $12, so that was pretty good. There's also the 1945 Batmobile, which, how they, like, you can unbolt it from the stand and play with it, but I'm just keeping it as a decorative piece for my desk. Overall, though, but the dealers were awesome. I got the legs for free because I bought the Alan Scott, so, hey, that was fantastic. Overall, dealers, awesome. Hope to see all of them again next year. And yeah, definitely. Okay, so I guess we are kind of going to tread into the not so nice zone and look at organization. So, organization this year was, by all accounts, a joke. And I really do mean that. On the first day, I waited 15 minutes until we got in, and that's 15 minutes past the time that everyone was supposed to get in. From what I heard from the VIPs is that they were not treated very well because they were supposed to be let in an hour before everyone else, including myself, and they weren't. Also, with that being said, this is, okay, I don't know who's in charge of training the volunteers, and I don't know who they are, but clearly whoever is incompetent because, and the reason I say this is because on Friday, they asked me to come out of line because they saw that I had the membership pass. So I went to go get my wristband, and then they tell me to go back into line. So you're telling me to come out of line just to go back into line. What? So, yeah, that was really, really confusing. Again, just a complete joke. It just, I honestly don't know what to say. I'm gonna try and wrap this up as quickly as possible. Saturday, half the people who wanted to get in did not get to go in, which made Sunday very busy, which isn't a bad thing. It was kind of a nice change, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I like it. I like Sunday. It was always, the quiet day, and this year it was like, oh my god, what the hell? Wong Ball, who's still doing the program with us, kind of more like behind the scenes work now, had to wait in line for something like an hour and a half on Saturday because he didn't get the weekend pass. So, with that being said, I mean, wow. Just wow. I honestly don't even know what to say anymore. I want to defend it, but at the same time, I can't. As far as I know, the costume contest went off with very, very little mistakes. Again, that is secondhand knowledge to me. I don't know exactly what happened with the costume contest because I wasn't in it this year. But, again, from what I've been told, it went off fairly well. I want to defend it. I really do. Especially because it's a Comic-Con in my city. But with that being said, you know what? Upside, and I know it's not all the convention's fault. The convention center is to blame for at least 50% of the problems. But with all this being said, I'm going to have to give this on the upside a bargain bin. Realistically, though, after this year, I'm pretty tempted to give it a burn it. And I really don't want to do that because this is the Comic-Con in my city. But again, you know, after this year, I mean, especially with, not getting any Doctor Who guests, which was a big thing because 50th anniversary, guys. You know, I have to give it a bargain bin because just it wasn't up to par with previous years. Hopefully next year I will be able to give you guys a much better review of it. Unfortunately, um, yeah. I do hope that within the next few coming days, it could possibly be weeks, depending on how smoothly the editing process goes, that I will have all the Comic Con videos up. Again, I don't know. This is just me guessing. But yeah, I hope I have all of them up. I really do. But, with that being said, I'm not going to promise you guys anything. Could be up by the end of the week. Maybe it might take till the end of next week. But I will get them up as quickly as possible. Um, so, yeah. I guess until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye.